Figure, look at this.
No,
You still do it.
Park that 700.
Park that. Look at this. Look at that.
Yes.
I suppose it could be a head bolt.
I just assumed that's what it was.
6 bolt heads, so
Can you
2.
make sure I can get that one more crank for you?
So 2, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what that is. We're finna learn today.
Finna find out. Alright, so if you've seen the title of the video and you've seen what's sitting in that shop right there, you know we've got a Billet LS in the crew now. So you don't see these things ever. You don't see Billet LSs. If you do, you see them. They're Noonans or SMXs from Steve Morris or SMLs, whatever they call them. So we're loading up Trent's Billet LS for Crockpot, the dadgum Crockpot truck, and we are scatting to Georgia. So we're gonna go meet up with Tim Estrom at Patriot Performance. He's gonna build the motor for my truck, and he's gonna build the motor for Trent's truck. Mine's an LC9 block, dart and sleeve. We're gonna do top fuel hoops, the whole nine, basically a max effort GM block deal. Trent's got a Billet LS, so I'm really curious to see how everything shakes out with that. But we're gonna load the motors up, and he's taking the studs out right now, and then we're gonna get on the road and start scatting toward Georgia.
I can't wait to see it all freshened up, cleaned up.
So we're doing a 460 with it, right?
At least.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, that's your attention. Well, I brought a fender
I put it all in the back of the Yukon.
and a moving blanket.
Pick the seat up. Oh, I know that's.
God,
Some of that ain't 80 pounds.
it's every bit of something. Yeah, it's good.
That's
60
it.
for sure.
Dude, that's light. I like it stitching too.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's sick, sick. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's about the same.
Alright. Got the motors loaded up. Trent said he wants to make a video real quick, so we're gonna see what he got to say.
We need a light. We need a light here.
I wanna do this. I wanna do that so bad.
Battery on that thing?
Yep. No.
All right, so Fred.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I want to call you out, bud. I want you off the trailer.
Yeah, y'all can go ahead and up your little fire, up your little switch. I'm gonna up a bank roll.
Tell me what just happened.
Man, look, we just put a call out on Fred. He pumped out, man. I mean,
He punked out pretty bad.
why can't you run a 58-year-old truck that's got a wood bed? Really? Oh, we made a little call out video. You know, I might be biased, but I think it's the best call out video ever made. But I'm trying to get a little action going on for this November's Jake's no prep race that we go through every year. So I'm just saying there's probably going to be more coming once we get a few more trucks in the mix. So we're just trying to stir up a little something right now. We're going to see what they do though.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, we officially made it to the hotel. Where we at? LaGrange? LaGrange.
We do not care.
So we're gonna get checked in, and then first thing tomorrow morning we're gonna roll over to Tim's, drop these 2 units off, and we'll see what he's got going on over there. We can get some food, conk back. It's been like a 6.5 hour drive, not too bad, but we'll see.
What we dropping on?
Hold on. I got a little
They don't see that.
That unit, boy.
2,000 years later.
You ready?
Right.
Alright, it is now the next morning. We are loading up and we are headed to Patriot Performance. We'll see Tim, we'll see what his plans are with this billet block, and we're gonna get on the road and roll that away.
It won't focus because the rain is up. Is that what it is? The
It's
rain?
throwing it off.
I seen you struggle there.
Yeah, exactly.
How you doing, brother?
Good to see you guys.
Doing all right?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, dude?
Cameraman.
How you doing?
Doing well. Well, want to come see the shop or what?
Yeah.
Do it.
Come on with it. Come on with it. This is Bob, Cylinder Home Fanatic.
How's it going,
Hey guys,
Bob?
what's up? Hey,
Doing good.
Yeah, this is the clean room where all your stuff's gonna get put together. This is the Molnar crank that I'm trying to talk Bailey into. I don't think he's gonna go with it. The 3750.
Yeah, you take cash?
Yeah. Yeah.
baby.
Yep. No,
So
3750.
that's the Molnar, huh?
That's the Molnar. That's the exact one I'm gonna stuff in yours.
Nice.
Yep, exact one I'm gonna stuff in yours.
Man, I heard about Molnar a while back, and I'd never heard of him before. And then I seen somebody introduced me to him, and I looked at some of their stuff online. They have their whole story. To me, it's so interesting how they come along and how they put their story out there.
Yeah,
I think
dude,
it's
I
really
love
cool.
Yep, that's gonna be the same rod you're gonna get in yours.
Look how beautiful.
Same rod you're gonna get in yours. And your piston will be somewhat like this. We did a one change on it. It'll be somewhat like this, just obviously a bigger bore. And I don't know if we're gonna coat it or not.
So this is the coating, or this is the coating?
Both of them. That's ceramic, and that's like a slip
Look
coat.
how pretty that is.
Yep, that's ceramic, so
yeah.
it keeps the heat
Feel
inside
that.
the chamber.
Feel that coating.
So if you want to get really fancy dancy, we'll actually coat the chamber as well.
And this is the gas porting you were talking about that shoves the ring against the wall.
Mhm. Yep, you see those little
Yeah.
dimples right there? So what it does when pressure comes down, it goes inside that gas port and pushes out on the ring so it seats it against the wall.
Pretty awesome.
So, yep,
Tighten ring gap.
yep, yours will be similar to this one. I don't know if we're going to coat it or not,
Make
but
power.
we'll figure that out. If it's aluminum block, I don't, and we can coat them, but
That's a pretty little motor.
that's a
That's
nitrous.
Is that a dark block?
Yep, nitrous dart block. This one's a turbo motor we had done for Felipe. Good customer line. I built that one for him probably 2.5 years ago and made 15, 16 wheel with it, and eventually he just ended up having an injector hang open and melted ahead, so, you know.
And this is also a dark block, right?
Yep. But he's had that one running, dude, everything. You know, check this out. You know, when you get one back that's been running for 2 years and it rolls over like this, you know, it still rolls over good.
Nice.
The bearing journals look like they're brand new. You take it apart, all the bearings look, dude, I love it. I love it, love it, love it when you get him come back in
It's
like
a good
that.
feeling, man, yeah.
Absolutely, after he's been beaten on it too.
Yeah.
You know, he's never nice to anything. He's a guy that'll go like, I don't know, he might be like you, to where he'll be like,
No,
I'll sit on
Bailey.
a 5-gallon bucket wearing flip flops with a bungee cord holding me in, and I'm gonna be like, hit the scramble button,
Yeah.
one more, turn it up. We didn't run the number,
Yeah.
turn it up.
Yep. That's Bailey.
Mine might be a drift truck. It might be a drag truck the next day. Who knows?
It might go 60 in. You don't know where to go.
It might be in the snow. It might be in the dirt.
You got an LC9 block with hoops in it, right?
It's got an O-ring in it and dart sleeves.
An O-ring in the block.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's in the sleeve actually.
It's in the sleeve?
It's in the sleeve.
Okay, then we'll have to cut the receiver groove into the head.
Yeah.
Sweet. Sweet. Casting that we do small bore CID casting. So this will bolt onto a 4-inch bore. It's got an LS7 runner in it. You know, softened chambers, solid stainless, solid stainless Inconel exhaust. But you know, that's about drag and drive ready as you can get on one of those. I absolutely love these heads. For, you know, best bang for your buck you can get with one of these is a set of CIDs. You know, your stuff is really nice. Your stuff is really nice. The CIDs, you know, they're more expensive, but you know, when you go and you see all the guys at Lights Out, No Mercy, and whatever else pushing 2,500 and whatever else 3,000, they have a set of CIDs on them, all pros, you know, something like that.
Look at the freaking
Yeah, well, that's one thing too. So John, John, the owner of CID, just the guy's a brain. If you ever get to, and he'll share whatever knowledge he can with you. So where you see these heads blow out, their gasket all the time is always out this way. It never goes that way, right? So if you like the deck thickness on one of these, on the inside here is actually like 675,000. It's not a full 750,000 deck. And out here, they put this bigger, thicker back strap out here to be able to reinforce it where it likes to blow out. And they never
kind of put it where they needed it.
They put it where they need it and take it out where it doesn't need it.
Awesome.
So at that point, dude, these things are rock solid. So when you see guys running like, what was it? All the no time guys running like BR1s, BR7s, whatever else. That's fine on the small bore stuff. But when you really get into it and you start making that jam, after a while, they just can't handle it. And then they throw a set of CIDs on there with a good casting, that back strap, never have a problem again.
Got it, money.
Rock and roll.
Heck yeah.
Yep. So, but those cranks are also, they're made, not bought. So you're calling Brian, you're calling someone else, and you're getting that billet crankshaft made for it. Yeah. And they're built just for that.
Interesting.
And it's not going to be, an $1,100 shelf crankshaft. That's going to be, $3,000-$4,000 and you're in it. But no, that's the purpose of that.
Well, $3,000-$4,000, a couple extra grand is worth it. I think to all of us, if it can prevent you from scattering something, or you got something like what we've got in the truck, and you lose a rod or something because everything's so unstable.
The harmonics aren't
it's
there
worth
or anything.
it's worth a couple extra grand to know that it's not going to be wobbling around like a spaghetti noodle.
Yep.
When you've got 25 on the scramble.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I really was talking to Bailey when I said that.
We're gonna party a little bit.
Heck yeah.
All of his fancy stuff. There's no way you can measure something with a mic or a caliper near to what that stuff is.
That's why I don't build engines, man, because we don't have tools like this.
No, that's why I have a Bob.
Not a lot of people have though. There's I think there's 78 of them built now.
Wow.
Really?
Yep.
Very cool.
It is awesome.
Should hit 100 by the end of the year.
Maybe 100, yeah. Yeah, serial number 3 right here.
Yes. Yeah, that's how long I've been with that project.
Heck yeah.
I've been with that project since before it had a price.
Yeah, this was number 3 over here
Oh,
too.
is it?
Yeah.
So we got the pair of 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
Guy's putting a blower on it. He wants to do a 427 with it. He's put in, he wants to do a Maggie or a Whipple on it. It's going in a big wheel car that, what was it? It's got a 6.2 in it right now.
Yeah.
It's got a 6.2 in it right now with, with an ported LSA on it. And he just shreds tires on it now. He's like, let's do a 427 with a Whipple.
That's what I would do.
It's not going to stay on the ground anyway. But every time you see this guy in a video, he's never nice to it. He's jumping curbs with it. I was like, come on, man.
Do y'all think that you could paint that billet block like that?
Sure. That's a Mopar block. He came in with that paint. He's like, I gotta have it.
I gotta have it.
Pepto-Bismol pink. I gotta have it. If it's anything else, I send it back.
I like the gold.
He said, I got a can and a half. I can't find any more of it. The graveyard.
That's the ones that didn't survive?
No, and I use those I've got a young guy that works for me or whatever. I use stuff like that for him to be able to teach on. So if he destroys the blocking machine, whatever, dude. Yeah. So it takes a lot of his anxiety out of the equation. Just destroy it. No, you're fine. Beautiful. Yeah, look at that. Got the hoop.
Yep.
All the good stuff.
I think it's a pretty solid pair.
Oh yeah.
I might have to ship my head studs to you. I left them at the house. But
Your head studs?
yeah, we ain't gonna need them for a little bit. So
You want to go back and get them real quick?
I might.
Down the street.
I like road trips.
I see that. Rock and roll.
20 minutes every night.
You put that together in 20 minutes?
Yeah. We was going to
We
load.
filmed it at Trent's house. Bailey filmed it at Trent's house. Trent, he was like, come to the front of the truck. I was off to the camera. And I was like, man, I can't wait to see this. And Bailey was like, give me 20 minutes.
That's funny.
I got it. Let me help you. Let me help you. It ain't that damn heavy. Get him carrying it, Lord.
say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would.
That boy's strong. Special delivery.
I've got 2 hand trucks.
I got 2 hands.
I got 2 hand trucks and a train. Sit down anywhere over here is fine. On that pallet.
Yeah.
So your main study, everything that's notched. Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
It's gonna be alright. We're gonna find out.
So everybody's on notice now?
Everybody. And their mama.
How much you gonna talk about it?
I want to talk about mine. Like, I don't care, but
So you're not a grudge guy, you don't really care if people know what you got. So as we're
content.
going through it, if I tag
Perfect.
okay.
No, it's
the more the better.
it's more about content. Than
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
So you're fine
Trying
with
to-
me to tag you in it, make sure
Yeah.
you know make
We'll
sure
probably drop a video, this video, with some pictures and stuff, maybe on the way home, maybe tonight, whatever, of the billet block, because nobody knows about it yet. And then we'll, I guess from there on, just whatever.
I just really committed to that. Like, I'm just gonna go. Hopefully he's good at gymnastics.
Figure it out. I don't need ligaments. They know how to make some power though. We're gonna find out. About bought a set of aluminum rods about 20 minutes ago. Yeah.
I use liquid, what was it, thermal Loctite around here.
Yeah.
You cross thread it and just lean on it. I know it's not exactly what you guys wanted to hear, but
These are my favorite place in the world to have Loctite on the LS motor.
Oh, dude.
With those little star head bolts.
you see they put red on there too, just to be safe?
Yeah,
They put
yeah.
red on there just to be
Right, with the
safe.
impact. Losing 100 pounds, picking up 1,000 horsepower.
Better find a good helmet.
Bed mafia. Got a pine shelving floor bed.
I don't like going that fast, man. You guys can have all of it. You guys have all of it. I'll go live through you guys. I don't know if you guys just got nothing to live for or what. I don't know. Ended up really good and getting ready to rock and roll. That guy's coming on the 7th. So, guy's coming on the 7th. He wants to talk to me. He's known. That was funny. Bob, he was supposed to go interview Bob at his last shop, whatever, and then he stopped working there. And what was it, his last boss that he had was like, we'll clean up the shop first. Get the shop cleaned up, we'll get it dolled up and whatever. But he called me and I was like, it's gonna be a functioning shop when you get here. It's like, don't expect it to be like pristine. Yeah. It's a functioning shop. I'm not gonna lead you on to it's something that's not. And he was like, I like that. So
We working in here.
yeah, so I told Bob, I was like, hey, Greg called, and he goes, yeah? And he's like, yeah, I was supposed to be talking last week. I said, you've been here for a week and a half and making your dreams come true. It was an accident, like, I don't know, it was organic how it happened, but still take it to death with it.
Pretty awesome.
Do nitrous as a cooling agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that too.
I'm ready to party. I'll be there with the camera.
Yeah.
He said we couldn't tear this block up.
I said you can tear it up, we can fix it.
Is that the same setup, like an O? They call it an O-ring or whatever in both blocks?
So the difference is they've got an O-ring and actual hoop, right? A hoop is like 80 thou tall. It's like 82 thou tall. And what you do is you cut it to where there's 60 thou deep, to where it's got a lot of sidewall in it, and you leave it like 22. Depending on how thick your head gasket is, that determines how proud you leave it sticking out of the hole. Then you cut a receiver groove into the head, and that's what it sticks into. Most of the guys that I do hoops for, like diesel guys, that want to run like diesel, or like 2J guys that want to run a factory MLS gasket, and I'll actually use like a copper style, like a copper wire that goes into it, and then that'll mush into the MLS gasket without cutting through
It's
it.
malleable, really.
Yep.
0.8%. Take 112 off the front. That's 4%. Easy 4%.
I'm gonna do
That's huge. You can have wheelie problems on no prep.
All day.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
We just
Put
look
the
cool
hood
on
back
camera.
my truck
I'm
and
just
fix
saying.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The other ones, do you have your coil packs, or are they on top of your valve cover?
Yeah, I mean, if something needs
This
to
is
be,
one of the sets. I've got another set.
if something needs to be relocated, that can
That's a camshaft graveyard. Texas Speed Central.
Texas Speed Central. He said.
They're billet.
Fine, dude.
They're billet.
Oh, wow.
And then the coil packs bolt underneath. The coil packs bolt between there.
Yeah, I'll bring some money.
So they sit there.
Things are freaking.
And then you've got your
Dude.
baffled. Then you got your baffle in the front and the back of the
I'm just thinking, how neat would it be
so your coil
to
packs
have
bolt down.
these on top of a billet block and look great?
And they're O-ring too, so if you look at the bottom, they're O-ring, there's no gasket.
Yeah.
You have a baffle in the front and the back, so wherever you want to pull your crankcase pressure from.
So that's my biggest pet peeve with mine.
Yep.
Is that
-10, -12, we can do whatever you want.
I don't have my coils relocated, and it just junks up the edge of me. That right there will clean it up a ton. So I got motion resource valve covers on it, Billet valve covers now.
When we start honing on your stuff and whatnot, we'll throw up the trace box, we'll throw up the data and the sign, you know, we'll throw up the cylinder hone finish and all that stuff on it.
Awesome.
You know, there's no guesswork in it.
Right.
You know, same thing, we use a, you know, at Spring Dyno over there, we use that and check all the stuff out, you know, so whenever we do tear it apart, say we tear it apart 2 years from now and whatnot, we can pull them all and it actually plots a graph of how much they fell off and where. So when I tell you need a new set of springs, it's not because I want to sell you a set, it's because you need a new set of springs.
I know Facebook that this guy needs some springs after this passes.
Dude, that's
because their machine said we did.
I love it. I straight up love it.
If you want this patina too, I can beat the hell out of them for you.
Yeah. Scratch a dead special.
Here's the thing. Time to save up. Don't worry about it.
It ain't gonna take you long.
No, hey, look, that was gonna be the next question. What kind of time frame we on?
As long as parts are in stock, we'll get it knocked out. As long as parts are in stock, because the only thing we're gonna lean on is gonna be custom camshaft. I know they have the crankshafts in stock. I just talked to them the other day. I know they have the billet in stock. Because there's not a whole lot of people like, hey, let's buy a $2,800 crankshaft. Like, there's just most people are like, let's buy a K1 and see how far we can push it. You know. So that being said, they've got those on the shelf. So that's on the shelf. The only other thing is I gotta do the rough in machine work on it. Figure out what the cylinder bore is gonna be, especially with this guy.
Yeah, I think it's definitely got to go up.
That's lean too at the house.
Yeah.
Ship,
So we'll figure out, we'll put it in the home, rough it out, and see where it's gonna sit at, and then at that point, even then, say custom order piston, if I order them from DSS, they make them in 5 to 7 days.
Yeah.
Ship.
Yeah.
You know. So, and I've got nothing against CP, I've got nothing against Diamond, but those Diamond pistons were $2,400 and they took 18 weeks to get them.
Yeah.
We can get CPs for $1,200 with the ring pack, gas ported, tooled steel wrist pin, everything that we wanted to do in 7 days.
Whatever you did to get me those diamond pistons when I heard that motor, everybody out in the world I talked to told me 6 weeks, and I think they were less than 2 weeks. When I don't know who you talked to.
All I did is call her up. I called him and was like, hey dude, I need a favor. And he was like, all right, I can squeeze one out for you. And that was...
You hooked me up for sure.
What do you want to target compression ratio wise?
You're running straight E85? Yeah. 11 to 1.
11 to 1? Hey. That's what I'm at right now.
So. 11 to 1.
Yeah.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. Right at 10-8 to 1, 11 to 1.
Yep, 11 to 1.
I'm 7th out of hole.
And we can go more than that, but I don't see a purpose in it.
No.
You know, I don't see a purpose, especially for 11 to 1 is more than sufficient.
For track days, I'll probably run 1R anyway, so it'll be fine.
That also gives you time, you know, that gives you leeway for if you have rebuilds or if you have surface or tweak a head or whatever, you got to mill some off a head. You're not riding that ragged edge.
Right.
You know, you're not riding that. So 11 to 1, that's what I shoot for.
Cool.
I like it.
Spools.
Copper
fast.
gaskets, no fire rings.
Heck yeah.
You guys are going to hurt everybody's feelings. So, Pepto-Bismol paint.
Yep. Yellow.
Yellow.
Yep.
Trent's like, you better keep the damn paintbrush away from that thing.
You
Let's
can
get
see
out of here, y'all. We got
Yeah. You guys got
6.5, 7.
Appreciate it, brother.
Pleasure seeing you
Very
guys.
good to meet you.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out here.
Yeah, man.
Good to see you, brother.
Have a good.
What just happened?
Them boys in trouble.
What just happened? Trent.
What just happened?
What just happened, dude?
We're gonna play in Fred's sandbox. That's what just happened. I was not supposed to spend that money, but one thing happened, another thing happened, and now we got a billet crankshaft.
Okay.
And some rods. And some pistons. 3 billet crankshaft, my bad. Alright, well. Appreciate y'all for watching. More to come on this. Hopefully we'll pick the motors up. You know, sometime probably Trent's is gonna be done pretty soon. So we'll pick his up first, get it back in crock pot. Mine's gonna be a little bit longer, but we appreciate you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Hey, that's pretty good.